What up, Barb Gang? It's your boy JKG Brandon back with some more Diablo Immortal content. This one I'm going to do a little something different. We're going to branch out a little bit. We're going to take a look at the gems in the game, and we have access to the Aftershock United legendary gem tier list, as you can see over my shoulder here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down. I'm not going to go over all the other classes or anything like that. I'm just going to take a look at it from a barbarian standpoint if I was to start over today. So basically, if I was going to start a brand new account today as a barbarian, what gems, what 1-star gems would I want to invest in? What 2-star gems would I want to invest in, etc. And where I would rank them in that kind of a situation. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible per gem, but this may be a bit longer one. So if you can, guys, hit that sub button and let's try to get us to 500 subs for the end of October, and then we'll also try to get that like button. If you guys like this content, definitely hit that like button and let me know that you like this content, and then yeah, we'll have a discussion in the comments below as always, where what you guys agree with, what you guys disagree with, and all of that kind of stuff. So we're just basically going to start from the top down on the list. 1-star gems, we're going to go through the 1-star gems first, and starting off with the Zod Stone, the consensus of Aftershock United, this is prior to me ever even getting access to this list, but if I was going to start over today, I love the Zod Stone, but I think C is maybe a little bit too low. Let's see, we have F, C, B, and A, and then S tier. I'll try to reserve S tier for just the insane good ones. I think this is a B tier for Barbarian. I do think that this is a B tier for Barbarian personally, just because if you run a Frenzy as your main attack, your ultimate skill off of the Frenzy attack is really good. It cuts down the basically, by extending the duration, it cuts down the cooldown time on it. We are able to get a lot of damage off in a really short amount of time. So I do think that is kind of right in the middle of the road based on these tier, based on F, C, B, A, or S. I would say it's B. It's right in the middle. If you run Frenzy, it's going to be good. If you don't run Frenzy, you're going to not want to invest in this. It's just kind of what base attack you like to run. Carson's Invigoration is a good one here. Increases the speed of your primary attack, which is going to allow you to get more primary attack hits in, and then also increases the damage. They have it as listed as an A. I agree that it's an A tier gem for a barbarian. It's one that is easy to get because we can get it at the Hilch Trader really easily. And as a result of that, you can level that one up to 10 really easily. I would recommend, if I was starting today, Carson's Invigoration is one that I would be taking to 10 without a doubt. And it would probably be the first one that I took to 10, honestly, because of how easy you can get it. Defiant Soul, we have listed at B, right in the middle. Each block you're going to deal damage to nearby enemies, and it decreases the damage taken after a block. I think that's a little bit more of a PvP style of a skill, where it's going to be, come in more handy. PvP and maybe challenge rifts. I think maybe challenge rift, especially if you're trying to push a little bit higher, if you can get that block chance up and then take less damage from it. B, right in the middle. I think that's probably a pretty fair assessment with that one. Respite Stone, decreased damage taken for each % below max, and then gain armor while life is decreased. So you're going to gain some defense when you're under 100% health. You're going to decrease the damage you take. They have it listed as a C. I would probably say that's a C tier gem as well. I think there's a lot better 1-star gems that you'd want to go ahead and invest in as a barbarian. Pain of Subjugation, we have listed as C as well. Deal increased damage to enemies under loss of control. We don't do a ton of stuns that are full loss of controls. So this would be something that you would more want to utilize if you're in a party. Decrease damage taken while you are under loss of control. That is good, because we all know when we're in battlegrounds and we get black holed from the wizards, or we get hit by those bone pillars, we're pretty much sitting ducks for a while. Less than some of the other classes, but yeah. I don't think that this is one that, I don't think the upside outweighs, putting the investment into this. So C tier, I think, is probably pretty good for this one. Trick shot gem. Our channeling skills consume energy slower, decreases damage taken while channeling. For us, that's our whirlwind. I would actually say trick shot gem, because we're going to be using whirlwind a lot in a lot of different builds. I think this can actually be, I would bump this one up to a B tier. I would bump trick shot gem up to a B tier. There are other gems that you're probably going to want to go ahead and put your investment into over this one, but because we use whirlwind so much, it's going to be one that's going to have beneficial effect for you. Berserker's Eye is listed as S tier across the board. Increased damage dealt, but also you do take more damage as well. And then you have an increase to your crit chance as well. And the more we can crit, the better. I agree. Berserker's Eye is a no-brainer. You're going to want to use this one in your builds if you're starting over, or if you're free to play. It's one that you really can't live without if you're free to play, right? Celad's Weakening. We increase damage after killing an elite, and then increase damage to elites. So that's going to be our yellow mobs, our orange mobs, our blue mobs, those kind of guys that we're seeing in overworld farming. I believe it transfers to bosses as well. We have this one as a B tier. I think that's a solid B tier. It's not great. It's not, super trash. You can, if it's one that you get early on, go ahead and invest a little bit into it. Maybe take it up as you can. Use it as one that you use to maybe get to 10 and take to an awakening slot if you want to do that. But yeah, I think that one right in the middle of the road is probably about where that one's at. Mocking Laughter, we have listed as F tier across the board. Primary attacks force non-elites to attack you. Reduce damage taken from the taunted monsters. It's basically a provoke. It's I don't understand. I mean, I get that you might, in a situation, if you are focusing on, say, like a yellow mob or a blue mob in like a challenge rift, you may want to try to make them leave you alone by making the non-elites attack you. But yeah, I think overall, as a barbarian, I don't think there's any situation where we are really wanting to we're gonna really want to take damage. So I think F tier for this one is probably really fair. Everlasting Torment. In critical hits inflict agony stacking bonus damage every 20 seconds per target. So we get damage dealt over time. Increased attack speed for each nearby enemy that is afflicted. So we're going to move faster, and we're basically going to attack more times, and we're going to hit more people. We're going to do that. So pair this with like your Wrath of the Berserker, with the Broken Soul offhand, where we're getting that 50% crit chance buff. So we're critting a lot more often. Everlasting Torment, I would actually even put this one in S tier. As a barbarian, I would actually put this one in S tier. This is actually massive for us. It's basically like more damage over time. We're going to actually hit more times during that time. I think I really love Everlasting Torment. I actually used this one at rank 10 for a long time, and it was really good for me. Chained Death increases damage done per target hit, increases the max target's effect. Chained Death, I don't necessarily think this one is going to be super great. I haven't tested it a lot, but in my testing, it really didn't make any difference for me. So F tier, I think is fair. Maybe we bump that up to maybe a C tier, but yeah, C or F tier is definitely where I would have that one slotted in myself, especially if I was starting over today. Nightmare Wreath, chance to kill chance on kill to cause enemies to flee, and then you increase the damage done to the enemies that are under the fear from that. So basically, when you kill an enemy, the ones around it are going to get feared and run away from you. I don't like that, just because in most of the situations we're trying to clear enemies out. So we're actually trying to get them coming in more than we want them to run away. So yeah, F tier, I definitely agree with that one. Each time, the black rose, each time you're hit, you have a chance to immobilize your attacker. Increased chance to mobilize on the rank 3. B tier, right in the middle of the road. Yeah, I think that's probably about where that belongs. We do have the family bonuses, and now the ancestral tableau bonuses and things like that are giving us this basic ability built in, so we can actually not have to worry about that. But it basically, when you get hit, it's basically like a little lightning bolt that comes in and it puts a stun on for a second or so. It's nothing great. The blessed pebble, increased beneficial duration, and increased movement speed after you take that beneficial effect. We have it listed right in the middle as a B tier. I would actually, for a barbarian personally, with using it, I would put it in A tier, in that just really good tier. If I was starting an account today, I would actually invest in the blessed pebble. If I pulled one early on, I would basically, the 3 1-star gems that I would really invest in are Blessed Pebble, Everlasting Torment, and Berserker's Eye. I think those 3 as a trio, if I was starting today, would be a really good combination and lay a really good foundation for the account. Last one, Freedom and Devotion, increased duration for your summons, increased damage for your summons. We, as barbarians, we do have summons. I would actually put this as a C tier for us, because we do have the golems that we can run. If we run Davin's Legacy on our chest piece, we can actually get 2 golems. For Path of Blood as a shadow, there are some situations where the golem build is just absolutely necessary to get by it. So I would actually put that into a C, maybe even a B tier if you're going to run golems in, like, if you're going to run a golem build for like PvP and stuff like that. I know there are some people that have mentioned running a golem build in PvP. If you do that, you know, you might bump that up to a B tier because of your investment, if that's your play style. But I think C tier for it is actually probably a better shot for it. That actually goes through all of the 1-star gems. We have the 2-star legendary gems next. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to break this up into 3 videos, guys. So this one will be the 1-star gems, and then the next video will be 2-star, and then the following will be 3-star, or I'm sorry, the 5-star legendary gems. I'm going to take all of them from the point of view of starting an account today as a free-to-play low spender, and kind of go specific to that. So if you like the video, guys, drop a like, hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 500 subs by the end of October. If we hit that 500 sub goal, then everything is just icing on the cake, and we're going to try to get to monetization on the channel. You guys have been amazing. I'm JKG Brandon. Y'all have definitely been amazing. Peace.